Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And this evening, I'm having a conversation with Nick Davis from America. Whereabouts in America, Nick?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. So there we go. I hope you're keeping well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good. And so I will ask you the same questions I ask everybody else. And
Okay.
that is, what do you enjoy to do when you're not working?
Oof, man, when I'm not working, so many fun things. So many fun
Ah,
things. Oh my gosh, yes. I would say the thing that I do the most when I'm not working is definitely dance, which is fun. I do Lindy Hop and swing dancing. And what Lindy Hop is what it's called, but swing dancing is like people are like, what's Lindy Hop? It's swing dancing.
right.
Um,
And that's with
I've
all the
danced with
feet going, but yeah.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, I've been privileged enough to dance with people from six of seven continents so far, which is pretty great. So if you know
Wow.
anybody in Antarctica, let me know because I'm going to teach them how to dance so I can just check it off my list.
That's very energetic. Well, I suppose that sort of kind of fits, doesn't it? You enjoy energetic things, so that kind of fits with what you like to do.
Absolutely, most definitely so. Most definitely so. It's all super duper duper fun for sure.
So is it so you do you have competitions and things like that, or how is it?
hmm Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, there's loads of competitions, right? There's pretty good dance scenes actually, which is crazy. I started dancing in like the summer of 1997, 1998, about give or take. And so in my travels and doing dancing of that nature, I've been in competitions. I was invited to the Sydney Olympics. I've been invited overseas to go teach everywhere. Like it's fun. It's
Oh,
fun to go hang out and teach places, which is
yeah.
cool. And it's also fun to dance and enjoy dance with so many people from all over the world because Lindy Hop is like one of the great equalizers, which is really cool. No matter where you're at in the world,
Mm.
as long as you can do a kind of basic or lead or follow, you can dance with literally anyone, which is amazing. And the scene out there in London is fantastic. There's so many scenes that have been growing so much in so many different countries, which is really great. When I started, it was basically Sweden for the most part, and then maybe a speck of France, super, super, maybe. Like that, I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt on this one. I'm pretty sure nobody danced over there, but it was basically Sweden, and then in America, it was Houston, where I was at. I was one of the 15 best dancers in the city,
Yeah.
and on the performing group there, so we did competitions and international representation and all the things. And then in Ithaca, New York, up at the top right hand of the U.S., there was another group up there that was pretty good. And then on the west coast of the U.S. and around the lower part was Los Angeles, and there's another group over there that did really good. But other than that, that's kind of how it started, and then it just kind of grew
Snowballed.
from there.
Wow. And do you teach any classes?
Right now, I don't have a steady like teach situation. I used to teach like very, very, very steadily for decades inside in Houston over there for the Houston Swing Dance Society. But now I just do more freelance and private lessons. And if somebody needs me for a workshop or something like that, they just call and book me, and I go to the workshop, whatever have you. It's pretty fun.
Hmm. And does that fit at that obviously fits around your three girls?
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah. Well,
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
you see them when you can, or is obviously prearranged when you see them. Um,
hmm
and do they enjoy Lindy Hop or any sort of dance?
Oh, it's the funniest thing. So okay, so my ex-wife is a ballet instructor. We actually met doing Lindy Hop. She's actually
Ah,
so
okay.
the performing group of the Houston Swing Society is called a HEPCAT, and so I was a HEPCAT for a long time, and then I left, and when I was in university, I met her, and she so happened to be a HEPCAT as well, but several years replaced after I was
Right.
already a HEPCAT, which is fun, and so that's what we met is doing dancing, which is great, and and then she's a ballet instructor as well, so that's cool. So the girls have been in ballet ever since they were teeny weeny, which is nice. Like right around like 3 or 4, I think, is when
Mm.
they started doing
Yep.
ballet. And so they've been in ballet for about 10 years now, which is pretty crazy. It's nuts to say that, but it is what it is, right? So that's fun. And then but one of my girls' names is Lindy, Lindy, named after Lindy Hop, which is kind of fun. And so I was like, sweetie pea, I'm just letting you know you're gonna have to learn this. And she was like, well, I'm like, baby girl, you were named after you. You like have to. Like if
Yes.
you don't like it, you just have to know how to do it.
It's
It's like
not. It's non-negotiable.
yeah, it's a non-negotiable for sure. She's like, yeah, I know, Dad, I know. But Lindy Hop is not cool because Mom and Dad do Lindy Hop.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we can't be
Yeah,
doing anything that mum and dad do. No.
100%. I mean, their mom hasn't danced Lindy Hop for years and years and years. I do it all the time, but they're like, yeah, well, I don't know. And sometimes when I'm at my workshops, they're like, Dad, can we go see your workshop? I'm like, that's cool. And so I'm over there teaching, or or back and forth or whatever. And they're like, it's kind of cute. Like I've seen them. They will never admit it. But it was like they kind of I caught them out there, kind of their eyes. They're like, I'm like, ooh.
Yes.
That was fun. Made my day.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Of course. Well, proud as punch as they are of you. Yeah. Of course.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah. And so is it just predominantly dance that you enjoy? Do you have any other things that you enjoy doing?
Yeah, music for sure. So I like to focus a lot on the great equalizers, right? So no matter where I'm at in the world, I'm gonna have friends
Yes.
and be able to talk with people and so on and so forth, right? So dance is a one of the great equalizers, which is wonderful. Everybody in the world knows how to dance, right?
Yep.
Universe probably, right?
Hmm.
Music is a beautiful thing. Best
Well, they
definitely a
they go
beautiful
hand in hand,
thing.
don't they? Really?
They very much do. They very
Yeah.
much do. Absolutely, absolutely. Music is the heartbeat of the universe.
Yeah.
Big deal. And so yeah, I do a lot of stuff with music, a lot of different instruments, sing as well, all the fun things, which is good. And then outside of that, I do ride bicycles. A
Oh,
while
okay.
I used to ride a lot, like a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. I used to race track bikes on the velodrome and stuff like that, but I haven't done that in a couple of years, but I do that occasionally. And then what else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, that's about it for the most part, I think.
So do you do leisure biking? So outside
Hmm.
and sort of like mountain biking?
Yeah, mountain biking and road biking sometimes. Yeah.
What's Anglo biking?
Oh, road biking.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
And
Anglo
and
biking. That's like, I mean, I just hop on a bicycle and that's what it looks
yeah.
like. You know?
And of course this all works around your what you do work wise. So, it's a sort of yeah, it's kind of a jigsaw puzzle that all sort of fits together.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of Americans work to live, or sorry, live to work rather. And I have a completely different aspect. I do the direct opposite. So I try to enjoy life as much as possible.
That's what
And
it's all
because I
about though.
mean, yeah, 100%, 100%, And especially since I network, globally all the time, and I'm like speaking with so many people who don't live in America,
Yeah.
like I have that kind of a general mindset to things. And they're like, sometimes people look at me, they're like, well, why would you like, I mean, you could just go to work, right? I'm like, why would I do that?
Yes, exactly. How what a stupid thing to say.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's not
Exactly.
how it works.
Exactly. Yes, that's right.
Deary me. Yes, people have got to think. Yes, but yeah, I mean, I suppose we're surrounded by people that sort of do the normal 9 to 5.
Hmm.
But for some people, 9 to 5 doesn't work. So you adapt everything and do what you enjoy, and
Hmm.
then you work around that rather
Hmm.
than the opposite way around.
Exactly. Exactly. Prime example. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Hold on. What day is it? Today's Monday. Okay, so Sunday, right? No, Saturday. Anyway, during the weekend sometime. I was with my girls and we are at one of their friends' houses and so on and so forth. They're cool little, like, lake house in the middle of nowhere, basically. It was a really, really kind of cool thing. And so the kids are jumping around in the lake and having a good times, and all of the adults are doing their things with their various beverages and so on and so forth. And then I get a call from a client, and I just step outside on the deck, and I'm hanging out on the deck with all the kids and everything like that. I just go to the opposite side of the deck and I'm just working from there. And they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm working with a client really quick." And they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." And the client's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm hanging out with my kids right now, but I'm happy to help you out." And they're like, "Oh, you can do that?" I'm like, "Absolutely, I can do that. Yeah, let's go." And they're like, "Oh, well, that's pretty cool." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Well, I'm not cutting into your free time." I'm like, "I work all the time and I have fun all the time." So it's like a It's a
It's
thing. Like, oh.
adaptability, isn't it? It's showing, it's adapting. It's showing your children that you can do, you can have the leisure time, have fun, you can work, and
Mhm,
as long as you keep people happy, and in the picture, your client is happy. The fact that you're able to talk to them for a few minutes and sort whatever it was out,
mhm,
um, that's how you teach people how
mhm.
life can work.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Because if
Absolutely.
people
So,
don't see it happening, they think
mhm,
they don't think it can work. But if they
mhm,
actually see somebody in action doing something, so you're
mhm,
speaking with your client for a few minutes because something needs sorting out, you're with your children at a party, you're interacting with the adults of the other children, so
mhm,
it's showing people how it can
mhm.
be done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Most definitely so. Most definitely so.
Yeah. And actually, that's teaching your three girls to show how adaptable and how things could be for them when they grow up to be a working person.
Mhm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hmm.
So it's so then you've got the a new generation, haven't you, of of people being able to show that they can then be adaptable. Because children
Hmm.
take it in from a very young age. I think younger than people realize. Sort of the ages of 3, 4, 5. They're absorbing all of it.
Hmm. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more on that one. That's for sure.
Mm. But it's good, isn't it? I think that adaptability, flex, excuse me, flexibility. Um, I think is um, a core. What am I thinking?
Competency.
A core trait.
Hmm.
A
It's a core,
core.
core ability, core competency, stuff like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I
Hmm.
think that more people need to learn that.
Hmm. Most definitely. It was pretty crazy. Like when I first started doing what I'm doing, one of my buddies who's done it for a long time in a different industry, of course, he was like, "Hey Nick, so I'm gonna give you a homework assignment." I'm like, "What's your homework assignment?" And he's like, "In the middle of the day, go watch a matinee movie by yourself." And I'm like, I don't understand why I'm working. And he's like, "No, but you are, but you're not, but you are, but you're not." And I'm like,
Yep.
I don't really understand. And he's like, "No, no, seriously, just hear me out, go do it." And I'm like, "What? Why?" And he's like, "After you've done it, you'll understand why I asked you to do it." And I'm like, "This is really weird." Okay, cool. So I did it, and then afterwards I was like, "Huh. Oh."
Ah,
I was like, "Hey, wait, is the lesson you wanted to teach me I can work and also have fun at the exact same time?" And he's like, "Exactly. Yes, very
yeah,
much so." It's like it's not necessarily one or the other. It's a commingling of things,
yeah,
and it makes it all happen. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's like,
mm,
"And don't forget to take care of yourself because that's very important." And I was like,
yeah.
"Good point. Good point. Absolutely. A
It's
candle
actually
cannot
a
burn if it does not lit."
fantastic lesson.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely so. Most definitely so.
Yeah. And how long have you been? So you said you started sort of 97, 98 in dance.
Mm-hmm.
How from that point, um, did you then start to be able to teach people?
As actually very, very quickly, very soon, actually. So by let's see here. So oh my gosh. So like this is a hilarious story. So like when I started to dance, right? So like what got me into dance is the dumbest thing in the universe. But I mean, pretty obvious for a lot of people, right? So here I am in band class, right? I'm playing my bass clarinet, punk rocker guy with spiky hair everywhere. My friend is with me as well, also punk rocker guy, but playing tenor saxophone. And our friend comes up behind us and she's like, "Hey, do you guys want to learn how to dance?" And we're like, "No, dancing's dumb. Why would we dance? It's really
Why
cool.
we wanted to do that?
And she's like, "It'll help you meet girls." We're like, "Yes. Where do we go? Where do we sign?" And so that was literally it. It's all it took. It was really funny. And so every day we would practice in the band hall, in the little practice rooms every single day. What I didn't realize is her brother was the first generation for the Houston Swing Dance Society's Hepcats, their performing group. So I was getting private lessons from incredibly good dancers, but I didn't realize
Wow.
it because it was just Amanda's brother, you know. And so we're doing that, and it's all fun and everything like that. So then me and my buddy, we ended up eventually going to the Melody Club, which is where everybody would dance on Sundays and dance with those guys. And then eventually we got pretty good. And so we're like, well, maybe we should, maybe we can, maybe we're good enough to audition. I don't know. So we auditioned for the audition to be in the Hepcats. And then when we auditioned well enough to make the audition, so then we did the audition. And then we made it to a second audition where there was just like four of us basically. And then two of us got in. So that was me and my buddy. And part of the responsibility for the Houston Swing Dance Society Hepcats back then is teaching. So in order to be a performing group, in order to be a Hepcat, I had to learn how to lead incredibly well. I had to be able to lead incredibly well and be able to follow incredibly well.
Right.
And that was at a little bit beyond a teach at a teaching and performance level. I had to be able to lead, and which is pretty high level stuff.
Yep.
So at the time, I was maybe 18, maybe 19, super tops, and I started teaching then, which was fun. And I started teaching at the Houston Swing Dance Society every Sundays, and then in private lessons and so on and so forth. And that would be, I would have groups of anywhere between 20, and I think the biggest group of people I ever taught was right at like 105 or something like that at a time, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
And, yeah, it was really fun.
Quite a sight to see all these people dancing.
It was great. It was great. And it's the most fun thing I have when people come up to me. I'm like, hey, I should definitely teach you how to dance. For like your partner wants to learn how to dance, so like you should go too. And they're like, oh no, I don't dance. Every single time. It's hilarious. They're like, I don't dance. I'm like, cool. Do you walk? They're like, yes. I'm like, then you dance. And they're like, no. I was like, can you move? They're like, yeah. I was like, can you dance? They're like, oh, you can dance. They're like, can you sway? And they're like, I'm not very good at that. I'm like, bro. And they're like, well, yeah. I'm like, then you can dance. And they're like, no. I'm too old. And I'm like, so the oldest person I taught how to dance was 98 years old. And she was a blast. So much fun. And the youngest person I taught how to dance was 6 years old. And so I was like, well, if you're between the ages of 6 and 96, I can teach you how to dance. And they're like, oh, and I was like, and you want? They're like, well, and I'm like, it's cool. Oh my gosh, this is really funny. So one of my friends, Danielle, she's such a sweetheart. She's like one of my best friends from childhood, from like high school and things of that nature, we used to live in the same apartment complex, and I went over to her apartment complex to return a book I was reading, borrowed from her, right? And I was like, hey, I'm going to go dancing. And I was like, you should go. And she's like, no, I don't dance. I'm like, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, I'll teach you how to dance. I was like, look, if I can teach you how to dance in like 2 minutes, will you come? And she's like, no, you can't teach me how to dance in 2 minutes. I'm not going to go. And I'm like, what about 1 minute? And she's like, no. I was like, what about 30 seconds? And she's like, okay, you're on. If you can teach me how to dance in 30 seconds, which is ridiculous, I will teach you how. I will go. I'm like, okay, cool, no big deal. I like, step over here. And so I showed her a couple different things, and I showed her some basic movements, and I taught her how to do a basic swing out in 30 seconds. And she was like, huh, well, okay, I guess I'm going. and that was a very long time ago when that happened. That was like in 2008, maybe, give or take. And ever since then, she's been dancing a whole lot. And now she helps out with the international competition and all of the other competitions. And she's like the head person.
All from 30 seconds.
What was that?
All from 30 seconds.
Indeed. So just a bit of possibility can lead to a large area, for sure.
Yeah. It's been an absolute pleasure learning a bit about what you do, Nick, and all this Lindy hopping. It's been a joy to chat with you.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure there's some more conversations in there somewhere down the road.
Most definitely. I could talk to you all for hours, honestly. So this is...
Oh, you do surprise me. But yes, so we must call it a day, unfortunately.
No
worries. But there might be another time to extend it a little bit.
Most definitely so. Absolutely. I would love it. That'd be so much fun. Thank you again so much for having me on.
Thank you very much.